Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a full house here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, and the main event is PWD of Bamenda against Panthère Sportif Jinde. The visitors from Bangante are looking to return to winning ways as PWD of Bamenda set their sights to continue their winning streak. An afternoon with a full house here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. Referee Zé Mengata is in charge of this highly rated encounter here in Bamenda. Let's just get a rundown of the lineups of PWD of Bamenda and Panthère Sportif Jinde. In goal and captain for PWD of Bamenda is Ninche Bonkadat, David Fernand Alaba, Gilbert Nyosi Kameni, Fabrice Ndeso, Febe Fritz, Gilles, Elwood Banta Talikong, Bogat, Eyong Besem, Valentine Mianu, Yaya Aliu Fielding Ndonwi, and Manga Sesh Bengono. And for substitutes we have Patrick Clovet Fongang, Stéphane Noah, Christian Amadou Buba, Alvin Binso Anye, Tangwa Chanji for Godwill, Terence Ambe Ngufo, Destiny Jeneke Zedu. And for Panthère Sportif Jinde, in goal we have Abaka Arafat Fifen, Betting Gemale the captain, Kinde Leonard Chunga, Constant Agel Sanga Sebja, Landry Yochu Yojep, Mohamed Mustafa Mulu Munta, Theo Matthew Williams Jr., Gildas Wamaka, Joyce Brinch Bamenjea, Raphael Mac Yapende, Clement Brice Mejana. And for the substitutes we have Cyril Joel Saha Bikim, Brandon Fopangula, Emmanuel Uzoma Ibeko, Joseph Elie Tiba Musapsa, Marc Janvier Nomo Ongene, François Javier Fegeongba, and Terrell Begene Tebu. PWD of Bamenda players are doing the last inch runs as they head onto the pitch, while Panthère Sportif Jinde head to their goal for their pre-match rituals. Panthère Sportif Jinde are clothed in yellow and black tops, green shorts. PWD of Bamenda all blue this afternoon. It is Coach Clement Aroga of Panthère Sportive Jinde against Coach Tamawango of PWD of Bamenda. Coach Tamawango has lost just one of his first 4 encounters as head coach of PWD of Bamenda. First was against Victoria United in Limbe, where they lost by 3-0. Second was against Star Rena de Melong here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, and it was 3-1 in favor of PWD. The second was Gazelle 0-1 PWD here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium, and the fans of PWD of Bamenda applaud the players just before kickoff. Panthère players with their pre-match rituals in their goal post, led by captain and his players. They rush out. How exciting and thrilled fans and faithfuls are here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium as they await referee Zé Mengata's whistle to kick off this encounter that has seen high anticipation. Panthère Sportive Jinde, current holders of the Cup of Cameroon, PWD of Bamenda, 2021 winners of the Cup of Cameroon. An encounter that will once again see Coach Tamawango's side show their football prowess. And here we go, Panthère in control, starting from the backpack that is led by Commander-in-Chief Captain Bertin Gemale, one of the experienced players of the Cameroon's Elite One Championship. I mean, he's one of those players who happen to have been in the championship for over 15 years. Bongaman Gills, lays of one, sorts to find forward fielding, but is dispossessed. Panthère in contention for the ball. Panthère still sorting for options to attack. Diagonal pass by Molu Mohamed, former player for PWD of Bamenda. He left PWD for Dinamo de Douala, and after 2 seasons, he is now with Panthère Sportive Jinde. Ningche Bonkadat, graduate of Anafoot. He's been with PWD for 4 seasons, and of course, he is making his 5th consecutive appearance for PWD of Bamenda this season. The young keeper happens to be one of the keepers who hail from Bamenda that have played in Cameroon's under-20 national team. 5.5-meter kick for Panthère Sportive Jinde. I think, all right, it's a set piece. Yapende, who joined Panthère 2 months ago from Cotton Sport de Garoua. Goalkeeper Arafat for Panthère taking his time. He sends a long one out. There is David Fenan Alaba in control for PWD, who is being pressured there by Gildas Wamaka. Alaba struggles to get the ball in play for PWD, and it's a throw in there. The Abakwa boys have a throw in. Aliou Yaya has given an option. He's gone for Bengono. Bengono is overpowered. Captain Bertin Nyosi once again wins the duel. He plays with Fielding. Fielding sorting for Talikud. Edwards gave a loose ball, and goalkeeper Arafat. Ball handled. Referee Zé Mengata instead sorts for a foul on Molu. Gildas for Panthère. He's been pressed down by Bongaman. David Fenan Alaba is there, present for PWD, and mounting pressure on Gildas Wamaka. He's still in control, dispossessed, and that is a throw in there for the Abakwa boys. David Fenan Alaba, he has options with Bongaman. He also has Bogat, who is sorting for the ball. There's Aliou Yaya going up to help PWD start play, and it is Deso sends a pass through to Nianu Valentine, who returns to the starting pack for PWD after he was rested against Fofazu on their away mission in Yaoundé. He's back in the starting 11, and of course, this season, since his debut for PWD against Victoria United, he's been a standout performer at the fullback position. Aliou Yaya, Nianu Valentine, talk of the devil, here he comes, he's in control. He sends a long one out, running through at the right flank is Donny Fielding, I mean, he's the highest goal contributor for PWD this season. He has 2 goals and of course 2 assists to his name. That is 4 goal contributions. He's a fantastic forward, and last season with Young Sports Academy he was their top scorer before the abrupt ending of the season. He had 5 goals to his name, and this year already he's showing great aspirations for PWD of Bamenda. Goalkeeper Arafat for the set piece duty for Panthère Sportif Dende. He takes his time. I think he's going to go for a long pass option because he sent all his defenders forward. Arafat with a long ball out. Miosi wins the duel for PWD. Mianu resonates. Donny Fury lays off one. Shots for Ndeso Fabrice, who gives a loose pass. Molu, former player for PWD, against his former masters, and he is also a leader in the midfield pack, one of the best holding midfielders in our league. Ndeso, great first touch, great control. Aliou Yaya, he sorts for Talikong Elwood. He gets the ball to his nest and he's in control. He has options. Mianu Valentine, he sorts for Mianu, but there's a block there from Yapende, and PWD for a throw-in option. Mianu for that throw-in. There is so Fabrice plays with Talikong Elwood. Clearance of the area there by Panthère Sportif's Constant Sanga. Throwing PWD. Mianu fielding Donu. Fielding, sorting to get across there. You know, Professor, this encounter here between PWD and Panthère Sportif Dende in the pre-match preview, my brother Afesia told me it was going to be a very tough encounter, and already though there is no cause for alarm or no cause for tensions, we are still looking for that moment where the adrenaline of both sides will be awoken. But referee Zeman Mengata is in control of the encounter. The tempo is still one with a warm feeling. Deadlock not yet broken. Throw in Panthère Yapende. Yapende for Panthère, dispossessed by Mianui. Panthère back in control. Molu, Yapende. Panthère at the attacking end. They have options. Sorts for a cross, block, and corner kick for Panthère Sportif Jindi. First corner kick for Panthère this afternoon. It is a stacked 18-meter area, and the referee Mengata is already getting the players in the boxing to be alert in order to avoid caution. It is a stacked 18-meter area. 7 for Panthère as opposed to 8 for PWD. Miosi wins the duel. You know, there's something about the player Miosi. Miosi is a defender that has won, 98% of his duels for PWD of Bamenda. That was a loose one there by Fernand Alaba, and the spectators are not happy for that option where he sought for a diagonal pass that was interrupted. I think he had options with Bongaman. He also had an option with Ndeso Fabrice, and in the median there was Bengono, and of course he soughted to go for a long ball for fielding that was intercepted just before the directed point. Yapende for Rafael Mack. Ningche Bonkadat, captain this afternoon, young keeper. But his experience for elite football is already growing after 4 seasons, and now he's a full starter for PWD of Bamenda. Last season, he was a starter before goalkeeper Sombang joined PWD from Dynamo and took up as first choice keeper. Alaba for Bengono. Bengono still for PWD of Bamenda. Panthère recovers. Gildas Wamaka dispossessed there by Alaba Fernand, and there was an infringement. Referee Zemengata in control. gets a call for a set piece for PWD of Bamenda, and he's giving a stern warning to Gildas Wamaka. I think the next of such an action can actually see him being cautioned with a cat. Set piece for PWD of Bamenda. Goalkeeper Arafat has set a two-man wall for Panthère. In the box, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for PWD of Bamenda, and just waiting outside the 18-meter area is Fernand Alaba. I think he's searching for an option where even if there is a rebound, he's obviously going to feed from it. Zemingata cautions the players in the 18-meter area. Bongaman drops down, long cross. What a fine attempt there from the Abakwa boys. They saw with a feeder cross, Elwood in the air, powered a header, but of course it was just an almost situation, and in football almost is near nowhere. They have to try again. 5.5 meter kick, Panthère Sportif. Goalkeeper Arafat on duty. Long ball out. Throw in PWD of Bamenda. Mianu Valentine. He has options with Aliou Yaya. He has options with Donny Fielding. He goes for Fielding. Fielding still in contention, overpowered. Referee Zemingata says there was an infringement, and it is a set piece there for the Abakwa boys. Mianui on set piece duty. A crowded 18-meter area. Arafat gets it safe in his arms, and I mean, there is no cause for alarm and no dangerous factor there for Panthère Sportif Junde. The goalkeeper with a long distributive cross. Gildas deflects. Panthère at the attacking end. First touch, not the best. He's still in control, being pressured by Mianui, searching for options. He's dispossessed. They saw Fabrice Talikong Elwood. Elwood in control for PWD. He slips. He's still in control. He shot for a long ball through. I think at that point he was searching for Bungaman, but then goalkeeper Arafat read through his mind, and he made a timely intervention and caught that one, killing the scare factor, and Panthère are at the advantage of the ball at the moment. Theo Matthew Williams, after being dispossessed, is still on the ground. I think referee Zemingata checks on him. Is it an injury scare? He's called on the medical team to assess the situation. Hopefully, there's no cause for alarm. I think just from the way Williams maneuvered the ball at that moment shows that he's sort of fine forward, and he might just at some point cause danger for PWD. So the defender should be alert, because having a player like Williams who controls the ball, sorting for an option to get into the box or maybe get a shot, if he has an opportunity and a free option to shoot, we might just be having the home side trail if he materializes from his runs in the left flank. Williams Jr. is back to his feet. He's being helped out by the medical personnel of Panthère Sportif Junde. Referee Zemingata, I think, is going for a fair play restart of the game with goalkeeper Arafat of Panthère Sportif Junde. The referee Zemingata is one of those who happen to have acquired the FIFA badge recently in the Cameroon's refereeing ranks. He's a stern official, and through the years we've seen him, show great command of all his games he's handled. Goalkeeper Arafat takes his time. He sends a long ball out, slips. Agbo Bogat, Fernand, Alaba Molu for Gildas Wamaka. Gildas sorts for it's never shared player. Panthère still in control. Referee says infringement on Gildas Wamaka. Set piece option for Panthère Sportive Junde. Landry Yochu for Panthère on set piece duty. Just around the 18-meter area, Panthère has 5 players and just waiting. Some meters away is Captain Bertin. He's a player who is powerful for duels. He gets into the box. Cross in. Ningche read it well. He got it safe in his arms. I think he was sorting for fieldings, but the distribution wasn't well calculated and Panthère got it safe. Williams again for Panthère. Dispossessed. Mianui on point at the right back position for PWD of Bamenda.
Oh shit. Why you want me?
Panthère Sportive Dende in control. Pressure from Deso. Molu. Yapende. Clearance by Deso. Molu. Panthère still in contention. Mianui guarding the backpack for PWD. Is pushed by Yapende. Set piece call. PWD on duty. I think at that point it's still around the 18-meter area, and we've seen goalkeeper Ningche send forward all his defenders. He wants to take that one there. Ningche Bonkadat with a long ball out. Deso struggles to deflect. There is Constant Axel Sanga who clears the area, and he's a throw-in for PWD. Talikong Elwood, I think he has to wait for Mianu Valentine to come do the honors for that throw-in. Mianui for Fielding Donui. Fielding is dispossessed there, and of course Brinch Bamenjaya was the man for that pressure on Fielding. Yapende starts off in Jaya. It's always a beautiful thing to see teams starting their play from the backpack, and that also is collaborated by a goalkeeper that plays very well with his feet, and I think Fielding is caught cheating, and there is an offside call there for PWD, and Panthère Sportive Junde have a set piece option. Jaya set piece duty. Okay, he's left it for his keeper Abaka Arafat Fifen. Fifen is going to go for a long one since he sent all his backpack forward. A long one out. Nyosi, the duel king, he wins that one. Jaya resonates. Yaya. Deso 1-2. Agbo Bogart. He sends a long ball through. Fielding on option against Jaya. Fielding strikes. That should have been an opener for the Abaka boys there. Just almost. But in football, almost is near nowhere. Agbo Bogart with a kingpin pass from the backpack. Fielding with a fine run. He had Jaya pressuring him, but he saw goalkeeper Arafat just off his line. He went for the power shot, but it was just an almost situation, and they have to try again. Abaka Arafat, he sent a long one out. Aliou Yaya for the duel misses. Duel king in Nyosi, he wins it. Nyosi is one of those players who joined PWD from the regional ranks last season. He played with Dream Team FC Bamenda, and he had his chance only from the third encounter for Dream Team FC. He man up, stole his chance, and he got into the good books of PWD. Attacking end for PWD, Talikong Elwood, he sought for Fielding, dispossessed. Njaya Yapende throw in PWD of Bamenda. I think that heat is rising bit by bit. Both sides are beginning to get the fans feel that euphoria we always feel when PWD meets a tough opponent here at the Bamenda Proximity Stadium. Fielding with the cross, Elwood. Captain Ngemalo was well on avant-garde, got a clearance, but the referee also signaled an infringement on Captain Ngemalo by Talikong Elwood, who was sorting to get a chip off that one, and why not get an opener for the Abakwa boys. Abaka Arafat, keeper for Panthère Sportif Jinde, takes his time, sends a long ball out. Gildas Wamaka, I think there was collision there between Williams Jr. and Gildas Wamaka, and at that point PWD breathes off it and they have a throw-in. Fernan Alaba, throw-in option. Gildas Wamaka wins the duel against Febe Bongaman. Great first touch from Donny Fieldings, who is pressured by Njaya. Fieldings is still manning the command. Fielding wins it. Fielding still in command. He sends a cross through. There's a back to the Abakwa boys there. Fieldings, what a player. He didn't give up. He powered the torso, he fought. And he manned up against strong and stunted defender in Njaya, and of course got the ball, set in a cross from there, so on a platter of gold. He had just one option, bury it, and of course he has to try again. He has to try again. You know, there are moments like this that sees fans at the edge of their seats. Nyosi Bengono running through for PWD, but Jaya is on guard. Bengono struggle, wins it, and he gets a corner kick for PWD of Bamenda. It is always moments like this that you see that fighting spirit of teams wake up, and you're beginning to see the boys of Coach Tama Wango manning up, mounting pressure, and searching for that moment where they break deadlock. Oh my! Fieldings on attempt again. Bogart, Moliu, Gildas Wamaka. I think he's a piercing winger. He gets dispossessed there by Febe Bongaman. Throwing Panthère Sportif Jinde. Yapende. Williams Jr. cross in. Bogart in pole position. And clears the area for PWD of Bamenda. All through. Yeah. What a strike there. Fine attempt from Panthère Sportif Jinde after poor reading of the ball by Aliou Yaya at that point. You know, goals come when the opponents actually feed off mistakes of their rivals, and that was an option there for Panthère Sportif Jinde, but it was not just as dangerous as we thought. Ningche Bonkadat with a long ball out. Deflection, fielding. Yapende to the rescue. Duel King Nyosi. I mean, going to the air with Nyosi is like just being a spectator at the field where you cannot do anything because he just gets to win all his duels. Jaya for set piece duty sends a long ball through. Williams Jr. deflects. Fernan Alaba present. Gildas Wamaka. Gildas Williams. Nyosi present. Aliou Yaya. Yaya, good control. Plays with Talikong Elwood. Fine chest control. Piercing run. Talikong dispossessed at that point by Landry Yochu. Landry Yochu killed the danger scare at the 18-meter area for Panthère Sportive Dende, and PWD have to knock again from a corner option. Corner kick PWD. They saw Fabrice on duty. Are you going to see another training ground display where Bongaman draws defenders? Bongaman, they saw with the cross at the edge is Telecom. The header wasn't just well enough for a scare option, and Panthère at the attacking end. Gildas Wamaka, fierce winger, sets one through. Nyosi, infringement. Referee Mengata gets a call, and it is a set piece for Panthère Sportive Dende. Set piece for Panthère Sportive Dende. Yapende on duty. It's going to be Kinde or Yapende. It is 5 as opposed to 5 in the box with a 3-man wall placed by goalkeeper Ningche Bonkadat. Kinde or Yapende. Yapende with the cross. Goalkeeper Ningche out, and it is safe. Long ball out. Njaya wins the duel against Fielding. Yochu, Sanga, Bogart, Talikong, Constant Sanga, foul there by Deso. First yellow card from Deso Fabrice here.
Yellow card. PWD Panthère Sporting JC. Number 5. Number 8.
I think there's a call for medical attention on Constant Axel Sanga, who's been infringed there by Deso Fabrice. The medical team has been called in. I think they have to assess the situation for us to know whether he continues the game or the injury is not just a mild one. Medical personnel are checking on Axel Sanga Sebja. It is still PWD of Bamenda 0, Panthère Sportive Dende 0. The scoreboard still breathes no air of a call from the goal chart. PWD has had, I think, 2 shots on target. Panthère, none yet. Several shots off target. Axel Sanga is back to his feet. Jaya on set piece duty. Jaya starts off with Yapende. Panthère, that's a great player, man. Lace of 2 defenders is infringed. Referee Mengata calls for a foul. The fans are displeased to that call, but of course the referee is in command of the game, and there was an infringement there. Set piece. Panthère Sportive Dende. Yapende with the cross. Williams gets a touch to the ball, but I think he got he infringed Bogart, and the referee giving a word of caution. Ningche Bonkadat for PWD of Bamenda. Long ball out. Yapende struggles to Care of that one. Goalkeeper Arafat. Piercing ball through. Fernanda Laba. Fielding Bengono. Fielding for PWD. Ndeso in command. Ndeso for Bongaman. Good first touch. 1-on-1. 1-2. Bongaman with a low ball through. Bengono strikes. Bengono strikes. Next stadium. This is the opener for the Atlanta boys. PWD of Bamenda lead by 1-0. Bengono on the first attempt, he missed. The second attempt, he struck. Deadlock broken. The Atlanta boys will choice. 1 PWD of Bamenda, 0 Panthère Sportive today. This is the atmosphere the fans were looking for. Deadlock. Bengono once more sees the fans of PWD of Bamenda jubilate. It is 1 PWD, 0 Panthère Sportive Jinde. Bengono Sesh is the deadlock breaker against Gazelle FA on match day 2, on match day 3. It was the 91st minute. The fans of PWD were almost leaving the stadium when Bengono, with a piercing header, broke deadlock and PWD won Gazelle by 1-0. And of course, Bengono once more has broken deadlock for the Abakwa boys this afternoon against Panthère Sportive Jinde.
Sporting jersey number 18, Tio Matio Olienzo.
You know, Bongaman, when he got the ball, I knew he was going to, of course, show some skills. He did. He maneuvered defenders, sent in a low cross, and Aliou Yaya for PWD. Bengono infringed. The referee says that was too easy. Bongaman pressing on. Goalkeeper Arafat clears the area. Bogart, Ndeso, Aliou Yaya. Aliou, Ndeso. Diagonal pass sorting for fielding. Yapende. I mean, PWD has just had a switch in their forwards. Talikong Elwood has gone center forward position. Fielding has gone right flank, and Bongaman left flank. In the midfield pack, it is Ndeso, Bengono, Aliou Yaya. They are struggling to man the game for the Abakwa boys, and we've seen it pay off. Deadlock has been broken. The hosts are the leaders, visitors trailing. Gamale, Bengono. Landry Yochu for the throw in. There's a scare at Aliou Yaya. It's on the ground. The referee Zemengata is assessing the situation. I think he got a collision there with Panthère Sportive Jinde's Kinde. It is a full house here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium. Of course, no one on a Sunday will want to miss a football encounter here in Bamenda. The fans have longed for this opportunity for Elite One football to return home, and this is the opportunity. The atmosphere is just as we expect. The Abakwa boys lead. Kinde dispossessed. Bongaman struggled to get a pass through to Bengono. Throw in Panthère Sportif Jinde. Molio. Mianu wins the duel. Sanga. Aliou Yaya. Yaya sees Talikong making the run. Talikong running through against Jaya. Jaya was well enough on guard. Got that one for Panthère. Gemale. Arafat. Moliu. Moliu against his former masters. He was in the ranks of PWD of Bamenda. Even when the Abakwa boys went continental, he was in their ranks and got transferred to Dinamo de Douala. And one exciting thing about Moliu's contract with Dinamo was he couldn't play against PWD of Bamenda. We are playing into the 34th minute of this encounter, and the leaders are the hosts, trailing are the visitors from Banganti. Aliou Yaya, Bengono, long ball out. Sanga Axel, dispossessed. Aliou Yaya, Kinde, dispossessed. Referees Zemengata says no problem. Talikong Elwood running through, dispossessed by Moliu Mohammed. Wamaka Gildas with the ball, struggles to put it in play. He faces fine cross by Landry Yochu, and well enough on guard and in command of his 18-meter area. Ningche Bonkadat gets it safe for the Abakwa boys. Agbo Bogart, Talikong Elwood, Bengono, dispossessed. Mianui Valentine, Aliou Yaya, Yapende, Deso, Moliu. Bogart misses that one. And well enough on guard is David Fernan Alaba for his keeper. Well enough on guard and in command of his area, Ningche Bonkadat, struggling to control the tempo of the game. Takes his time. Fernan Alaba, I think he needs to be checked. I hope it's not an injury scare. The medical team has been called in to assess the situation. Stretcher onto the pitch. You know, when I see a player being stretched off, it is always scary because most of the time they don't return to the pitch. And Alaba, one of those players who happens to have manned up in all, played all games of PWD from day one, 90 minutes in all. And I hope that should not be a muscle tear. But well, of course, Coach Tamawango has a reservoir of several dynamic players that can fit in at all times and shoot. Bengono not be able to get back. We will, of course, see another player show himself. Yapende steals that one for Panthère. Kinde for Williams. Williams is such a fine bowler. You know, when he gets the ball to his feet, he's so calm and he maneuvers with so many skills just to lay off defenders. And the defense of PWD of Bamenda needs to be careful and, of course, well enough on guard whenever Williams has the ball to his feet. Throw in PWD of Bamenda. Mianyu Valentine sends a long ball through. There is Jaya at the edge for Panthère. He clears the area. Moliu, chest control. Deso steals it. Fielding for Bengono. Bengono gets a turnaround. Sorts for Bongaman. And of course, there was Landry Yochu present Williams wins that duel against Fernand, who is back to the field. Injury scare killed. Talikong Elwood wins the duel against Yapende. Sanga Axel. Williams Jr. Bengono Aliou Yaya lays off one. Still in command at the midfield pack. He sorts for Talikong Elwood. Elwood with a one-touch for Fielding, who meets a stunned JR. Williams at that point for Kinde. Kinde one-on-one against Mianu. He sorts for a cross. Gildas Wamaka first touch, not a one to write home about. Bongaman for the Abaka boy. He lays off Wamaka. They saw midfield man in command for Alaba Fernand. Agbo Borgat. Long ball out. JR for Gemale. Gemale from JR. JR sorting for options. I think at that point he goes with Clement Brice Menjana. Molu for Yochu. Yochu Molu. Molu couldn't control that one. They saw for Bengono. Pass through. Fielding one touch. They saw for Fielding. Fielding Scott Chitty. And an offside call after A2 Shinkan Cyril. The Abaka boys lead by 1-0. The visitors are still looking for an option to restore the game to parity, but of course the hosts are looking for an option to extend the lead. Good first touch from Menjea. Mianui steals that one like a thief in the night. Fielding in control for PWD. Fielding for Aliou Yaya. Aliou Yaya for Mianu. He struggled to get a first touch. But it was just an inch off his feet. And he's a 5.5 meter kick there for Panthère Sportive Jindi. Arafat. Takes his time. Sends a long ball out. Nyosi again wins the duel. Sanga resonates. Molu is overpowered. Sanga resonates. Williams infringement by Aliou Yaya. Set piece Panthère Sportive Jindi. Yapende sends a cross through. And area cleared.
My love, I'm a girlfriend. I'm a girlfriend. That's my girlfriend.
Corner kick for Panthère. Yapende takes it. Nyosi for PWD. Gemala with a strike. And Kinde struggled to deflect and why not get a goal for Panthère, but it was just an inch off the goal post. She works in Yaoundé. Ning Chebong, set piece duty for the Abaka boys. He has the 5.5 meter kick to take. Sends a long one out. Talikong sorts for an infringement, and there is a set piece for Panthère Jindi. Captain Gemale starts off with Yapende, Central African Republic International. He joined Panthère from Kotong Sportif after he joined Kotong from Bambutus. 5.5 meter kick, PWD of Bamenda. Ning Chebong gets to his towel to wipe off his gloves. When I saw him rush to his towel, I remember the towel incident during the AFCON, where we had several controversial incidents, people getting to steal the keepers' towels. And of course, during the first match when PWD played against Victoria United, there was also an instance where Ning Che's towel was taken away from him. But this afternoon, he has it to himself. Njaya on set piece duty for Panthère Sportive Jinde. Sends a long ball out. Nyosi again. You know, I must appreciate this quality of Nyosi, but first let's talk about Talikong Elwood attacking him for PWD. Talikong search for Begono. Begono still in control for PWD. Search for Febe Hughes. Febe one-on-one. Sanga. Febe still in contention, but the referee says Febe handled the ball, and I think the scare factor has been killed there for Panthère Sportive Jinde, and goalkeeper Arafarabaka has a set piece to take for Panthère Sportive Jinde. He sends a long ball out. Bogard wins the duel. Power factor for the defense pair for PWD of Bamenda. When Nyosi is there, he wins the duel. When Bogard is there, he wins them. Running through. I think Nature played against Mianu Valentine. He lost the ball, but they had an attacking option. There was an infringement, and Kinde now has the set piece. It goes easy.
2 minutes.
It's been 2 minutes of added time. Regular time for the first segment has been elapsed, and Williams, Yapende, Williams. Yochu. Febe Gilles steals that one off guard from Yochu. Landry, Alaba Fernand. He sees Talikong Elwood, who is making a run. Talikong again for PWD of Bamenda. He has also seen Tidin. That was an option for PWD to double the lead. Decision making not the best. He had 2 options: go for goal or search for a pass for fielding. He was just waiting just outside the 5.5 meter area to bury it in. But of course, the defense man in Jaya was well enough on guard and rescued Panthère from PWD's attacking danger. Yochu, Gildas Wamaka. You know, last season Gildas Wamaka was actually with PWD of Bamenda, and he actually signed a contract that was terminated on mutual consent, and he later played for Young Sports Academy, and he returned to Panthère Sportive Jinde, where he was actually actively involved in the ascension back to MTN Elite One football. Fernand Alaba sends a throw in through Yochu. Landry, Gildas Wamaka find first touch. He gets at the attacking command for Panthère. Mianui still set. Mianui, and it is halftime here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium, and of course Bengono sets opener and deadlock breaker for PWD of Bamenda is the difference up till this moment.
End of first half. Scoreline: PWD of Bamenda 1, Panthère 0.
PWD return to the locker room leading by 1-0, courtesy that opener from Serge Bengono. I mean, that's his second goal of the season. He scored the winner against Gazelle, 91st minute winner, when PWD beat Gazelle here by 1-0 on match day 3. And again, he's broken deadlock, and should the game end as it is, we will see Bengono match winner, and of course deciding factor for another PWD's encounter. Coaches get into the locker room at this moment, and their halftime team talks will ascertain the performances of their teams when they return to complete the second segment of this encounter. Keep up with us, for we will be back in the second half of this fine football expression here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium. I need person with me na you with story na story. Yeah, na Alaba come on, I want to get injury now. Maybe get that. Yeah, when they do it, yeah. No, but wait, you want to look at tell me? Yes.
I already see the lineup with the guy that will enter. We'll get Sporting this number 10, 12, and 14.
Yeah, 4 party enter. Jeneke.
Substitution, Panthère Sportive of the day. Now, Sporting jersey number 19, Gilas Wamaka. Sporting jersey number 10, Brandon Football Goal.
Voilà.
Substitution, PWD of Bamenda. Out, Sporting jersey number 3, David Fernand Alaba. In, Sporting jersey number 18, Destiny Deleke Zedman.
We are back with the second half of this encounter here. Just to remind us, Bengono Search scored the opener of the encounter and PWD went on break leading by 1-0 and PWD are on the way. Throwing Star Arena, throwing Panthère. Nyosi, Sanga, Bengono, Aliuyaya. They saw midfield trio in command of their game, fielding overpowered by Njea, throwing PWD of Bamenda. There's been a switch in the setting of PWD's defense after that substitution of Fernand Alaba, who got a muscle injury. Agbo Bogard has shifted to the left back position, while Destiny Jeneke, who's been subbed in, is at the center axis alongside Nyosi, and of course Mianu Valentine continues as the fullback for PWD of Bamenda. The midfield pack is still maintained. Forwards still on guard. Panthère Sportive Today has also made substitutions as the lone goal scorer for Panthère and man of the match in the Cup of Cameroon final against Colombe Sportif de Jai Lobo, 10-shirted player in Fopa Brandon, is being subbed on for Panthère Sportive Today. That's another danger for the Abaka boys to be well enough on guard, and of course know how dangerous it is. Ningche Bonkadat, captain for the afternoon, as Buford Terence, first captain for PWD of Bamenda, on the 5th day out for PWD this season, has not started. Long ball out. Yapende deflects. JR on guard. Fielding pressing on. Fielding steals it. But then I think he missed out on the choice options there, as he sorted instead of getting his players. He went for Betengamale of Panthère Sportive Jinde. Abaka Arafat starts off with Captain Beteng. Beteng sending his players off, goes for a long diagonal pass. Destiny Jeneke, his first kiss of the ball is one to appreciate, winning a duel powerfully over a man who is an inch over him, height-wise, throwing Panthère. Sanga deflection, 5.5 meter kick, PWD of Bamenda.
This guy is a solid guy. I appreciate it. Okay.
Ningche Bonkadat, keeper for PWD. Nyosi sorted for an option to start from the backpack, but I think he's going to go for a long one. He sends it out. Referee Zay Mengata, after being alerted by his A2 in Shinkang Cyril, has called for the goalkeeper to reposition the ball before taking that 5.5 meter kick. Inchebong, long ball out. They so struggle to deflect, but they instead send the ball out, and it's a throw in there for Panthère Sportive Jinde. Yochu with a throw in. Bogard heads it out. Another throw in PWD's own half for Panthère Sportive Jinde. Brandon Fopa making the runs. He gets his first touch of the ball after coming on. Brandon Fopa, such a gifted playmaker, and we've just seen it. Fine touch, he sorted for Williams, but I think Destiny was well enough on guard, and he's guarded the ball off for PWD, and that's a 5.5 meter kick at that point. You know, it's always something to marvel at when you see young players like Ningche Bonka that already given the captain's duty of a team. You know, it is not only about playing football, but now he's a leader. So he has, a double duty as a player of PWD at the moment, because as keeper leading from the goal post, he's also a leader telling his players, motivating them, and yes, we are looking forward to see him go places. Talikong Elwood, I think that one is sorting for Bengono, Axel Sanga, Yapende, Molu Mohamed, former player of PWD, joined Dynamo from PWD, and of course is now with Panthère. Bongaman Gills, graduate of Anafoot, dispossessed. Destiny Jeneki. Destiny made his first appearance for PWD just last time out with PWD when they beat Frog Azu in Yaoundé, and this afternoon he's having his second appearance, still coming on as a substitute. He joined PWD last season from Option Sports after an impressive season, and he was captain for Option Sports when they went for national interpose. Zé Mengata calls for the foul in favor of Panthère Sportive Jinde. Reports from Limbe has it Victoria United is leading against Aigle Royal Lamenwa 3-0 all from the spot. That's the very thing that happened when PWD played against Victoria United. Aigle is living the PWD experience at the Limbe Secretary Stadium. Ningchebong on command. That was Carlos from PWD's defense and keeper. I think he shouted at his defenders to let go of the ball. They let it slide. And it was instead an option for Panthère to restore parity. Just an edge away from goal post. But they need to communicate. They need to talk to themselves well. Because when next Panthère can feel of it and they will regret. Ball handled, set piece for PWD of Bamenda. In Garowa, Gazelle, Fortuna, 25th minute, 0-all. Limbe, Victoria United leading by 3-0. Playing into the 60th minute. All have come from the spot. In Melong, Star Arena and Dynamo are squaring 1-all. Talikong Elwood almost got the second for PWD, but you know in football almost is near nowhere. They have to try again. Panthère sorting to restore the game to parity. The hosts are looking for a way to contain the lead, and why not double it or triple it? Of course, just extend it. Mianu, very calm in defense. He struggled to clear that one off, but Panthère was pressing on Talikong Elwood. Donny Fieldings is not just a fine footballer, but such a hard worker. Fielding makes a turnaround. I think he was searching for Mianu Valentine at that point, but of course, timely intervention by Panthère's defense got them off guard. Jaya, Panthère at the attacking end. Panthère still at the attacking end, searching for options. 1-2, sends a strike. Bottom corner save there from Ningche Bonkadat to rescue PWD of Bamenda from conceding. And as the stands at the moment, it is 1 PWD, 0 Panthère. Bengono Sesh is still the difference maker for the encounter at the moment. You know, what actually amazes me with PWD's side is with them leading at the moment. If you look at their bench, you see players like Patrick Clover, you see players like Ngufo Terrence. I mean, there are a host of them that when they get onto the pitch, you will see the impact. I mean, very striking. You know, against Fovazu, we saw Patrick Clover score the winner, and he's still on the bench. So when he comes on, he can still, I mean, do his magic. At the moment, they are looking for options to extend the lead through Fielding, Talikong, Ubongaman, Molu Mohamed, former player for PWD on set piece duty. He's been sent forward by Jaya. Is he going to go for a long one or a short start of the ball? Jaya sends a lines breaking pass through for Yapende. He strikes it. Fine cross there. Destiny Jeneke, well enough in pole position, clears the area for the Abapa boys. And Yochu Landry for Panthère Sportif Jinde. Yochu for Ngemale. Ngemale happens to be one of those players who played in the Elite One Championship for over 15 years. I mean, it is experience, it is Elite One heritage, and having to watch him here in Bamenda is something to marvel at. And we can only, I mean, we are short of adjectives to describe what a player he is. Panthère Mianui clears the area for PWD. Betengemale still active, still solid. Bengono Deso Bongaman, he lays off one, running through the flanks, dispossessed there by Yochu. Yochu for his captain. Ngula Fopa, man of the match, Cup of Cameroon 2025. He's been brought on And of course, he might be making us enjoy his football skills because he's such a fine left-footed player, very gifted, and he's one of those players who grew up in Bamenda in the Foncha Street neighborhood. Betengemalo, Bogat, Sanga Axel, Yaya, there is Jaya, Mianu. Attacking option for Panthère Sportif Jinde. Fine footwork, Yapende, his crosses are dangerous, he sends one through, Destiny blocks again. I mean, you know when Fernand Alaba had the muscle injury, I said, Coach Tama has a reservoir of players wherein we will of course trust any player he brings on. And yes, he's brought on Destiny Cheneke and he's manning up powerfully at the defense. Talikong Elwood. Infringed by Yapende, Central African International, joined Panthère after the Cup of Cameroon from Cotton Sport de Garoua. I mean, he's played in the West with Bambutus the Buddha. He joined Cotton from Bambutus, and now in the ranks of Panthère, he is left back jersey number 25 for Panthère this afternoon against PWD of Bamenda. Set piece, PWD. Mianui, I think he will be on duty for this one. Is he going to go for a long one or a short start of the ball? Takes his time. Also the foul. Goalkeeper Arafat, he had made a run out, but I think the ball. Destiny Ndeso, Destiny Bongaman. How do you describe this fascinating football from PWD? Bogart, feeding, Ndeso strikes. I mean, that was a fine display of, training groundwork by PWD of Gomenda. One-touch football, fascinating to watch, and you are just short of adjectives as to how to describe how beautiful the play. They saw with a pinch of perfection, should have seen goalkeeper Arafarabaka tremble in goal. Fielding set by the opponent, he gets a step, stroke, ball handled, and Zé Mengata says it was not inside the 18-meter area. The fans would have loved for the referee to call for a penalty, but of course, the action was outside the box. Players of PWD are not happy with the decision. They would have smiled if it was in the penalty area. But referee Zé Mengata is a man who has shown great sportsmanship in his execution job as a referee, and having attained the FIFA badge this year just tells a lot of how good he is as far as the refereeing job is concerned. Set piece, PWD. Bengono, Mianui on duty. Are they going to go direct or fit the players in the 18-meter area? It is a crowded area. 5 for PWD as opposed to 8 for Panthère. Goalkeeper Baka Arafat set a 3-man wall. Baka positioning his wall while referee Zé Mengata cautions them as to how to control themselves while the set piece is being executed. Are we going to see a training ground display here? Gongaman and Deso set to make the runs. Low pass to Stratford. That reminds me of the action where Manchester United through Brian Bremo scored one of their set pieces in the English Premier League
And this afternoon, we are just seeing the boys of Coach Tamawango showing us training ground display. I mean, if you don't watch them train, you are actually watching them train at the moment. PWD with the corner kick there. Two positioned outside the 18-meter area. They've stepped into the box. Low cross. Bongaman for Bengono. Bengono sends a cross in. At the edge is Talikong. He hits the ball. It is handled. Referee Zia Mengata instead cushions the ball in favor of Panthère Sportif Jinde. And of course, the fans are not happy with the decision. And Abaka Arafat starts off with Yochu Landry. Landry sends one through for Ngula, who is overpowered in that aerial duel by Destiny Jeneke. Yochu Gemale Destiny Jeneke, a master at work. Sanga Axel, he lays off one, dispossessed, he's still in command. Clearance of the area by Nyosi Aliu Yaya, the boy from Old Town. He sought for Bongaman, but Njaya is present. Betengemale against Talikong Airwood. That's a dangerous one there.
Yellow card. Sporting jersey.
Relay from Yaoundé is 0 Column, 0 Aigle Jumungo.
Panthère.
Talikong Airwood has been cautioned with a yellow card after that kick on Axel's face. Jaya on set piece duty for Panthère. He's going to go for a long one or start off shot. Fielding is shown, the pressing option, and they've gone for a long one. Mianu wins the duel. Aliu Yaya resonates with the clearance. Former PWD man Molu Mohamed throwing PWD of Bamenda. Mianu takes his time. The Abaka boys are leading. I mean, the tempo of the game this second half has been one that sees both sides playing end-to-end football, starting to see that they change the readings on the scoreboard. Throw in PWD. We are playing into the 64th minute of the encounter. Mianu Valentine sends a long throw. Yapende deflects. Throw in again for PWD of Bamenda. That was a loose control and misunderstanding between Fielding and Mianui. Yapende for Njaya. Njaya with a long clearance out of danger for Panthère. Destiny resonates with the header. Bertang at the end for Panthère. He sorts for Ngula. Ngula lays off 1-2. When he came on, I told you he's such a fine and skillful player, and we are seeing that. Such a fine youngster. Panthère at the attacking end. Nyosi timely with his interaction, and of course, he cleared the danger for PWD. Fear factor quenched. Throw in Panthère. Yapende goes for Williams. Yapende. Molu, chest control, dispossessed by Bengono. Bengono inch, perfect lines breaking pass for Fielding. Fielding sought for Talikong. But of course, Landry Yochu cleared Fielding. Such a hard worker. He's not just a fine bowler. That continuation would have seen a beautiful play by PWD. Mianui kick up the ball, and of course you hear people shouting no foul. But the referee is in command of the game, and when he says yes, no one can say no. So situation is still assessed. The stretcher is being brought on. I hope it's not an injury scare. After today's game, the next 2 outings for the Abakwa boys will be away in Bafang and Yaoundé. So is back to his feet, and I think the referee Zay Mengata is having a conversation between him and Axel Sanga and so because they both went down at the same time. The referee, I think he didn't see what happened, and he cannot lay off a caution for the action without having an assessment. Sanga has been carded yellow.
Yellow card, Sporting JC number 5, Panthère Sporting of the day, Constantine Axel Sanga.
JL set piece duty for Panthère Sportive Jinde. Sends a long pass through, up in the air, duel king in Nyosi, Talikong Airwood dispossessed, Ndeso blocks, Molu intervenes, Sanga Axel, diagonal pass through, Agbo Bogard is present, he clears the area, and of course, should that ball have gotten to Ngula, we would have seen some magic from the left-footed magician of Panthère. Yochu, Axel Sanga, Ngula, talk of the devil, there he comes. Ngula, cross in by Yochu, just off target. He has to try again. 5.5 meter kick for PWD of Bamenda. Ninche Bonkadat sends a long one out, but he's fielding. He struggles to deflect the ball, but Talikong Eru is running through. Talikong Eru with the cross. Beckham clears the area. Danger factor not still killed. Bengono on duty. Bengono with another cross of PWD at the far end, fielding. And Yochu clears the area. Ngula with the ball. He can of course sit down defenders as he likes. His skillful maneuvering is not something to lay an eye off, and we are just seeing him sit down Aliou Yaya to get a foul. Attacking option for Menjana, cross through, no one to find, and Ningche gets it safe for PWD of Bamenda. Ningche already managing the time for the Abakwa boys as they lead by 1-0. The difference maker up till this moment is still Serge Bengono, the man who broke deadlock in the first half. His first kick he missed, and he resonated with another, and of course bottom corner finish. Goalkeeper Abaka Arafat was nowhere near to stop that from going in. In Pidgin they will say they need a cash goal. Throw in PWD. Agbo Bogard. You know, I like when players are versatile and dynamic. Bogard started at the center axis. When Fernand Alaba got injured, Destiny Jeneke was brought in to the center axis, and Bogard now plays as left back. Substitution for PWD. I mean, uploads for the man who scored the opener and the lone goal for this encounter as of now. Bengono gives way for Noah. Noah is a midfielder who's shown great quality this season. Bongaman Gills has given way for Adonjo Clovet Patrick. You know, Clovet scored the winner for PWD against Fogazu in Yaoundé. He's been brought on. And yes, we are looking forward to see Adonjo magic. You know, the boy is so good with his feet. Goes before a defender. He feels as if he's in a yard with kids. Boiling. Talk of the devil, there he comes. He lays off Yapende, lays off Sanga, Adonjo! Penalty! That is the ball in the Talk of the devil, there he comes. Talk of the devil, there he comes. Adonjo! Patrick Clovet. Oh yes, just, you know, it is always something to marvel at, something to rejoice when your words meet clemency. I mean, I was just appreciating the qualities of the youngster in Patrick Clovet. Of course, yes. And I mean, we saw him lay off two defenders. He shot for Neso Fabrice. Neso resonated with the back heel pass. And yes, he got a fine first touch. Was looking home for an option to just slot in. Brought down in the box. Referee Mengata took no action, took no time, and he called for a penalty. Bon, j'espère que c'est le premier penalty pour les Abaka Boys pour la saison-ci. Et Donny Fielding, the goat of Gwen, as likened by his peers, has the destiny and fate of PWD and the entire Northwest on his shoulders. It is a ball to his hand, the penalty spot. Goalkeeper Abaka Arafat and referee Mengata's whistle. These are moments where we see how courageous players are. Clinicality from the sport is all we want. And should he convert, it will be his 5th goal contribution for the Abaka Boys this season. 2 goals unlocked, 2 assists. Should he score, this will be his 3rd. The boy who hails from Kwen, I mean, tonight in Kwen there will be jubilation should he score. Referee Mengata whistles on. Ndoni come, steps up, strikes, and he's saved! And he scores. Denied by goalkeeper Arafat from the spot. He buries from a rebound. An attacker who is alert, a striker who is present. He scored the 2nd for the Abaka Boys. PWD of Bamenda lead by 2 goals to 0. You see the players of Panthère Sporting today. I think they are complaining to referee Mengata, but of course the ball wasn't in the arms of the keeper. There was no contact. So the referee's decision, after having an eye to his A1, has called for a goal for PWD. It is 2 Abaka Boys, 0 the visitors from Bangante. Goal margin widened. You know, I must say I appreciate what Coach Tama Wango is doing. Because at this point, it is not only the goal. It is, direct impact from a substitute. Adonjo Patrick Clovet brought on. I think there's been a question for Panthère's side. They have to try again. Should the game end as it is, it will obviously be the fourth consecutive win, the third home win for the Abakwa boys this season. I mean, this is the football we want. And when you see the faces of the fans, I mean, the atmosphere here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium, you just tell off. I mean, this is why the population of Bamenda wanted the return of Elite One football. It is here, and we are not only enjoying it, the boys of Coach Tama Wango are giving us, I mean, befitting football spectacle. We live for days like this, and we can only enjoy football at its best. Talking about Domcho, when he came on, I was telling him of how good the boy is. I was telling him of how in Yaoundé against Fobazu he scored the winner. Top of the devil, the boy got the ball, got into the box, was brought down, fielding stroke from the spot, it was saved, and he resonated from the rebound. And yes, PWD has 2, Panthère 0. Zbula, you two, we are playing into the 77 minute of this encounter. Aliwiyaya, great 10, he sought for Talikong Airwood, but I think the reading of that pass wasn't well dosed for Talikong Airwood, and they have to try again. Throw in Yapende for Jaye, Jaye for Abaka Arafat. Arafat has already conceded twice, and of course, he will not love to hear the names Bengono, no, fielding, because they have stained his net. Aliou Yaya resonates with the clearance, running towards the left flank. There is Adongcho, but of course, it is a throw-in for Panthère. You know, Patrick Clover joined PWD of Bamenda from Manko United during the summer transfer window, and he's already manned up, and he's made people to start likening the boy to his uncle in Mbuta Adongcho Matthews. I mean, when he runs in the left flank, you actually see that the boy, I mean, he has pace, he has technique, he's so skillful, and he just maneuvers defenders the way he wants. Those are the talents we need to talk about, we need to promote, and day in, day out, we see how the lad is improving. I mean, less than a minute on the pitch, he's already shown impact. What a player. Noah dispossessed. Clearance there from Nyosi. You know, Nyosi joined PWD of Bamenda from the regional league. I mean, he was playing with Dream Team FC. During the interpools, he only had a chance to play from the third day of play. And once he started playing, he already made impact. And he got into the good books of PWD of Bamenda, and we are seeing how good he's been. No defender in the league has won more duels than him. Yes, that is football. I mean, when you get your chance, you steal it. 5.5 meter kick for PWD of Bamenda. Ning Chebong on duty. Ning Chebong is one of those players, when you want to talk about, you cannot take away, I mean, the flowers of Anafut. He's a product of Anafut. He's been with PWD for 4 years now. I mean, I think this is his 5th season. And Ning Chebong happens to be one of those Bamenda boys who have been privileged to play with the under-20 Lions. And yes, having him captain PWD this afternoon just tells of the trust that Coach Tama Wango has in the young keeper. Yapende throw in Panthère Sportif Jinde. The boys of Bangante will leave here today not happy should the game end as it is, because it will be another day for them to search the God of Mancon in their soul families. Great turn, Les Noir. They so went for the feint, but I think he didn't read that action very well, because if he should have seen Yapende, he would have gone for the ball first before the feint. Abaka Arafat, keeper for Panthère, he goes for a long pass, searching for U2 Landry. It is off target. He has to try again, but now it is PWD's option for the throwing. Akbar Bogart was with PWD. He went to Desastre, went to Isosa, and he's come home. And of course, since his debut against Fobazu on match day 4, he's continued to show himself as a befitting centre back and now left back for Coach Tamawangu. Jaya, Nyosi, Aliu Yaya again, no nonsense midfielder. When it comes to, controlling the ball on ground, he's present. When it comes to clearing the area, he's present. Those are the players you need. They know the battleground, they adapt to the game and man it as it comes. Infringement on Yossi, set piece, PWD of Bamenda. I think at that point, Ninche, he sent all his defenders forward. He's going to take the set piece at this point. We are playing into the 82nd minute of this encounter. Less than 10 minutes of regular time for the Abakwa boys to rejoice. Talikong Elwood, Domi Feelings, Deso Fabrice. What a nice breaking pass. And control! Arafat Abaka is the name. What a save. Down to the ground. Well placed shot. Abaka with the left hand punch. He saved that one. That would have been a threat for the Abakwa boys there. The fans were already up to their feet, ready to jubilate. But of course, when it doesn't cross the line, it is just another attempt. The Abakwa boys are in hunger and thirst for more goals, and that is what the love for football and the passion for the game brings. Ndoni was an inch away from that one, but of course we have to write some good notes on goalkeeper Abaka Arafat of Panthère Sportive Junde. He's actually deprived PWD of Bamenda from several scoring options. That was just another in less than 2 minutes. Bertrand Dovale, captain for Panthère, he joined them from UMS Zelu. Gula, Destiny present, solid performance from the defender since he came on. Dispossessed, still in contention. Molu, Panthère's Menjana caught cheating and an offside has been called. Set piece, PWD of Bamenda. Ning Chebong. When I look at the young lad, I just have to smile, and I appreciate and actually marvel at his progression. This is a lad against Fufu Club de Baham in the Cup of Cameroon finals. I think that was 2023. He was in tears when PWD lost because that was his first solid start for the Abakwa boys, and eventually I see a man in goal, a leader and a captain. He has grown through the bad moments and he's become a leader. At some point, you just have to say, boy becomes man. Yapende, Central African Republic International. He plays with Menjana. Menjana nails off one. He sends across through. Good first touch. Clearance of the area by Nyosi, but the referee said Molu had already handled the ball. And yes, that's another killer of joy for fans and faithfuls of Panthère Sportive Junde. PWD gets the favor as far as the set piece is concerned. Ninche checks his time to execute the set piece. Talikong deflects. Jaya wins it. Talikong. Noah struggling to get a doncho. Timely intervention by keeper Arafat. Starts off quickly with Ngula. Ngula with the ball is so dangerous. Outside left boot pass. Agbo is present. Yesterday while talking with Bogart, I was asking him, why don't you smile? Bogart had to tell me, defend another smile. Agbo Bogart with a throw in. Ngula. Just look at the way Ngula touches the ball. It is just different. Aliu Yaya feeding Yaya still. It's it. How did he do that? So marvelous football there. How did he do that? that. I mean, he saw the goalkeeper off his line, and then even after he was stumbling and struggling to find position of his feet, he went for a chip, and he was just an inch off the goal. Just an inch. Yapende, Nyosi, clearance of the area. Jaya running for the ball. Panthère has a throw-in option. When you see Chicken Joe around the field, you know football has returned to Bamenda. To those of us who used to watch football at the Bamenda Municipal Stadium and at the Young Sport Arena, you will definitely know Chicken Joe. Destiny Jeneke, Molu, Yaya, infringement, set piece, Panthère Jinde. Just in from Melon. Bonbajok have gotten a name again on the score sheet.
Medical attention. I hope it's not an injury scare. You know, the best thing that can happen to a footballer is be fit all season. And once you see a player down to the ground, it is only for us to lift our heads up and pray to God or say, Inshallah. We are playing into the 88th minute of this encounter, which means we are less than 2 minutes of regular time here. This is the news the fans and faithful of Abakwa Boys love to hear. Because as the game draws to an end, it is of course open for PWD to celebrate should the scoreboard read the way it is till full time. Stretched off is Joseph Elie Musasa, who was brought on in the second half. He's not even had a fair share of 45 minutes and he's already been stretched off. What a pity. Sorry for the lad. Betengemale has left the ball for Molu Mohamed. Molu, I think, is looking at the attacking options. He sends one through. And this is the first time I see a player winning a duel against Nyosi. Time management par excellence by Nimchebon, captain for PWD of Bamenda. He sends a long one out. At the far end is Adoncho. Molu, Ngula, Fopa, Brandon. Ngula for Landry Yochu. Clearance. Destiny wins the duel. Destiny again. Bogart in charge. Struggled to clear the area, but the ball had already gone out of the field of play, and now it is a throw-in for the Abakwa Boys. Justin ici présent au stade, c'est l'ancien président de Young Sport Academy.
Additional time, 4 minutes.
4 minutes at a time here. 4 minutes for PWD to contain or extend their lead. 4 minutes for Panthère to try to equalize and why not narrow down the margin, or why not restore the game to parity. But of course, the ground where the game is being played is a theater which has not yet seen PWD leave this ground without 3 points. Will Panthère be the first? They have 4 minutes to answer the question. They have 4 minutes to even see their names on the scoreboard. Corner kick option. Yochu, Landry, Fopa. Are they going to go for a short one or fit the box immediately? Fopa, Yochu, and Shinkang. A2 calls for a retake of that corner kick. It's still Yochu. It's still Fopa. Are they going to go short or now go for a long option? Corner taken in. Clearance of the area by Noah Adoncho.
Adoncho being pressed there by Ngula Fopa. Adoncho still. Adoncho taking them to the corner area. He struggled to get a back heel pass there, but the ball has been intercepted just by the goal area of PWD of Bamenda. Down to the ground is Captain Bertin Gamale of Panthère.
Out. Sporting jersey away. Fabrice Ndeso.
Ndeso Fabrice is being taken off for Panthère. Another substitution here for PWD is Fielding Tony taken off for Amadou Buba.
In Sporting jersey number 26.
Minche Bong has sent
Parents.
Jeneke Destiny with the captain's armband, and he's handing it to Gufo Terence.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The captain is
do
here.
not invade the field immediately after this match. Supporters are advised to jubilate with players in their dressing room.
Jersey number 24. PWD who just came on is Christian Amadou Buba. He holds the record as the youngest goal scorer in Cameroon's Elite One history. I think the record was previously held by Trezon Bebo, who scored the consolation for 4 Azul against PWD at the Yaoundé Omnisport and Next One Stadium. And yes, Christian Amadou Buba, the graduate of Anafut, who was drafted into PWD's ranks by David Pagu, broke the record, and history will forever remember him. History will forever remember him. A boy who hails from the Grand North of Cameroon, playing elite football as a teenager is something many could just dream of. But Amadou Buba is living the dream. He's not only living the dream, he's breaking records. Bogart, Aliou Yaya, dispossessed. Williams, Nyosi, Saint Clearance, sorti from Gufo Terence. Yapende clears the area, throw in PWD of Bamenda. Mianu Valentine takes his time to take the throw in there. Mianu goes for the captain. He's not taking the throw yet. Throw taken. Axel Sanga clears the area for Zumanto. Destiny Jeneke resonates with the header for his keeper. Ning Chebong, time management expert, takes his time. And as we speak, we are playing the last seconds of this encounter, and it is only short of referee Zemengata's whistle to call it quit, to call it an end for this encounter. Axel Sanga, Miani, Joseph Elie, Tiba, Landry, Yuchu, running through there for Starena was Elie, but present was Nyosi. You know, I sat somewhere and I heard fans discussing that the Bamenda Proximity Stadium is a slaughterhouse for PWD of Bamenda. Panthère will have a message after this. Infringement, set piece, Panthère Sportif Junde. Ning Chebong gets it safe, and it is full time here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium. PWD of Bamenda have gotten all 3 points. It is 2 PWD of Bamenda, 0 Panthère Sportif Junde. 3rd consecutive win for PWD at home, 4th consecutive win for PWD in the league. I mean, the Apapa boys are wallowing in glory. They have kept on winning.
Good job, my friend. Congratulations.
The Abakwa boys yet again sing songs of glory, because why not? they are winners once again here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium. Full time 2 PWD 0 Panthère Sportive Today. 0.
Ladies and gentlemen,
PWD of Bamenda are the league leaders as it stands. They have beaten Panthère Sportive today by 2 goals to 0, and by goal advantage they are at edge over Dinamo de Douala, which from results in Melon are leading by 2 goals to 1. Panthère, they travel back to Panthère with no points. PWD What a moment! What a moment for football in the Northwest. And we can only appreciate Coach Tamawango and his boys for an excellent job. Thank you for keeping up with us on Menu TV. Thank you for keeping up with us in Cameroon's football being celebrated here at the Bamenda One Proximity Stadium.